Mawuena, CEO of GIPC, Ghana Investment Promotion Center. Welcome to SGF. First of all, Ghana is no longer just the gold economy, the cocoa economy that it was. You have oil now, and you've been doing very well on the ease of doing business, going up the rankings, becoming a real player in that West African space. So tell me, what would the top 3 investment opportunities be in Ghana right now?
Our focus obviously will continue to be on closing those ease of doing business gaps that are associated with challenges with infrastructure. So there's a lot of interest in targeting strategic investments in the infrastructure space,
Right.
focus on the power sector, focus on our port facilities, our road infrastructure, those things that will make it logistically easier to do business.
Yeah.
Obviously, on the back of that, there's also equal interest in creating greater value across the entire value chain. So we're very interested in promoting investments in agriculture and agro-processing.
Talk about agriculture. I saw a Mauritian investment coming in, I think, close to $50–60 million.
That's right.
You went out not so long ago as a country to promote investment in the sugarcane industry. How is that coming along? And tell me whether you're ever going to get a chocolate factory in Ghana, being the large cocoa producer that you are.
Well, I think these are exciting times. Obviously, Ghana's story is indicative of what's happening on this continent.
Right.
There's a real view that we must create value right from the beginning of the process through to the end. We no longer want to be known as a country that's the world's best when it comes to the quality of our cocoa beans. We also want to be known as the world's best when it comes to producing chocolates.
But I'm serious. Are we going to see Ashanti chocolate soon?
We already have Golden Tree chocolates,
okay,
that are known universally for their taste, the quality of the taste.
Right.
We'd like to take that a step further and be able to reach out globally with that brand, certainly inviting companies and investors to look at investing in other areas. You've mentioned sugar, that's right. We're very keen to identify commercial agricultural opportunities. As I said, we want to move from the farm right onto the shelf.
Yeah.
We no longer want to be just producing goods. We want to be able to process them at home. So all of the attendant requirements that go with investments in agriculture, including looking at the human resource skill set. So we have investors who are engaging with academia to make sure that the Ghanaian base of professionals are available for these major investments we're pursuing in agriculture.
You have avoided the oil curse, what people were fearing, that oil would bring to Ghana what it brought to Nigeria. Briefly, how did Ghana get it right?
I think Ghana had the benefit of the experiences of other countries on the continent and globally, quite frankly.
Yeah.
And the fact that because we're associated with political stability, obviously with that comes a very open media, very public discussion about oil resources, natural resources in general. So there was a broad group of stakeholders who gave inputs into what has become our legislation in respect of the oil and gas sector. So it's very exciting times for us.
Right. Power Africa Initiative. You are not going to be an efficient economy unless you get the power going. I saw some Canadian investors getting some deals going. How would you say the foreign direct investment into the power sector particularly has been doing over the past, say, 3 years? Have you seen a major steep incline?
We're continuing to see increased interest in investing in the power sector. I think our goal, certainly from a policy perspective, is to ensure that we deliver 5,000 megawatts by 2015.
And how far are you now?
We're more than halfway through that number. I think what we've sought to do as an investment promotion center, with guidance obviously directly from His Excellency our President, is to focus on strategic investors, people who can deliver a certain technical skill set and are interested in partnerships, because that's really where the country's going now. We have Ghanaians with a great deal of expertise who can bring that to bear on the power sector and ensure that we're getting value for money. There's profitability for the investor, but it's also beneficial from a development perspective.
And finally, you're saying I shouldn't panic. The city lost what, 80%, or I don't know, first 8 months of the year it lost close to 30% of its value. That's a temporary glitch. I shouldn't be making too much of it.
I don't think that Ghana is any different from other countries that have gone through some level of economic challenges. Our story now is very much a story of stabilization. You're seeing that happen with our currency at this time. We're We're moving towards restoration, particularly in the eyes of the investing community, so that we can progress quickly back into that growth stage. And I think there's no question, if you look at the quality of the investments we're attracting and the quantum of the investments we're attracting, that all speaks to the strength of what we're doing to promote prosperity for the investor, but development for Ghana.
And good to see that your banking sector is doing very well. Mawuena, CEO of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, thank you very much for joining us.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.